he and I just could not hold it. But that just means we get to create a whole new life. So we left off talking about our types, and we discovered that the stuff you say you don't want, you're just constantly
running into. So I need to stop. Cold turkey.
What are you gonna do different that's gonna help you attract the person you want?
More than likely, just become the best version of myself. That's the best way I can put it.
That's a good one. Me personally, so I can't just say that I've dated the same type over and over. Oh, and I was gonna say this earlier. Besides one guy, every guy that I've been with has been totally comfortable to be open and honest with me, and that's one thing that they never had to lie to me about anything. Now, if they still chose to lie, shame on them, because that's one thing I established from every single relationship I had. Like, I don't give a fuck what it is. Like, you don't have to lie to me. I can handle the truth better than I can handle you just sitting up there telling me some BS. Now, one guy, the one I was stupid over, never be stupid again, but the one I was stupid over, that one just straight up lied to my face all the time. And that's the only person I could think of. But when I evaluate every single person that I've dated, they haven't been the same type of guy. Therefore, I don't know what my type is.
So you're basically saying you dealt with different types of men.
I never dated anyone that was like too thuggish. That's never been my type. Like the drug dealing type. That's never been my type.
Glad to hear it.
But then I want something else I was thinking about. A lot of the guys that I've had sex with went off to be like really successful. Maybe my vagina has some power in it. Like Grammy winners, Grammy nominated, super successful businessmen. I think it's me. Maybe that's why the universe doesn't let me have sex with a lot of people. It's selective. But okay, that's besides the point. Moving forward, maybe you should really think about this because I really put some thought into this.
Give it to me.
Okay, so I've been in my relationship 8 years, and the past maybe 2 years, maybe a year, I've kind of thought about like what I really want in my life partner. And so I think to myself, well, how am I gonna do things differently moving forward to make sure I attract that person? So like what you said, become the best version of yourself. I was thinking from the jump, they're gonna get 100%, I can't say my real name, but 100% that person. 100% Paisley, right? They're gonna get, I'm being truthful, they're not getting a representative. I feel like a lot of times when people date, they give
representative. I've
and
heard
so
that a lot lately.
I vow not to be that person anymore. Because I have put up a representative in the beginning, but I find it like being my true 100% authentic self. You're either gonna like me or I'm not for you. Like if you don't see the value that I would bring in a relationship, for instance, my own determination, I'm not too clingy. I can be, okay, I want somebody, and I don't know if you want this, I want somebody obsessed, but not too clingy.
That's contradictory, because somebody obsessed with you is going to be too clingy.
Not necessarily.
I could
be obsessed with somebody, but I can watch myself on my clinginess.
I can understand a healthy infatuation, but to be obsessed, like, no. Obsession.
But because they're gonna have their own life, I want them to have their own life, so
they can't be obsessed with you.
So what do you call it then? Like I want to know
infatuation.
Okay. I want them deeply, madly, deeply in love with me.
That's easily attainable, but to have somebody obsessed with you, that's more than just kind of bad. That's just
Oh, okay. Let's chill on that because
Okay, but I don't want them super clingy. Like, maybe that I'm not saying it correctly. But I want unconditional love. And I want them to just really deeply love me.
I'm very against the so-called words of unconditional love because
Let's talk about that.
as much as you say you want unconditional love, there are going to be conditions on you loving a person.
I don't have conditions on loving a person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Prove me wrong, prove me wrong. Let me see.
If you're actually wanting to say be in love with this person, what would I guess I'll start with a question before I move forward so I can actually have a concrete example of what I'm getting.
Okay.
Are you looking to be married?
Yes.
Okay. Your husband is going to have to do certain things for you to be comfortable with saying, like, yes, this is my spouse. I love them. More than likely, you're not going to really find love for this so-called husband if he can't keep his dick in his pants, if he can't keep his hands to himself, if he can't actually provide, if he can't actually be a safe place for you. And I don't necessarily mean like, oh, I use my husband as a doormat. No. If he doesn't actually provide a safe environment for you to be yourself, like just touching on the three things that all humans need: food, safety, shelter. If you can't provide those three things, you're not going to be in the headspace to be like, oh, I love this person. And it's like, bro, you're not even giving me the bare minimum of what your role is provide.
Okay, so
I get like emotional love, but when it comes to long standing, there are conditions. Like the only person I expect to love me unconditionally is my mother. I don't expect a woman to love me unconditionally. There's always going to be a condition, whether it's known or unknown.
But I feel like my love doesn't come with conditions.
Well,
okay, so friends,
the rare 1% of 1%.
Okay, and this is why. So yeah, of course, a provider, protector. I want to feel safe. I want
problem solver,
I want
co-creator.
I want these things, but I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna have those things. Well, no, I can't just say that neither. I was gonna say I was gonna make sure I have those things before love, but sometimes I don't know. I feel like my love is unconditional because when I say I love somebody,
you mean it.
I mean it. At least the past few years. I can't always say that because I have just told people I love them and I really didn't mean it.
There's 7 different types of love. I have to keep explaining to people that it's not just romantic love.
What are the 7 different types?
I have a whole podcast on this, but I shall indulge you, ma'am.
Okay, just give me a quick little.
I am. I definitely am. Lord have mercy.
Excuse me.
What are the 7 different types of love?
Here's a summary from Elizabeth Ryder. According to Greek philosophy, here are the 7 different kinds of love: eros, romantic, passionate love;
Okay, can we stop and talk about each
friendly
one?
love; storge, unconditional, familial love; agape, selfless, universal love, and more.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right.
Okay, so what's the first one and what does it say?
Eros, romantic, passionate love of the body. Basically, the things that people say that, I love this person, I'll have sex with them. That's Eros. Eros is the Greek name for Cupid.
Okay.
Philia, affection, friendly love. The same things that you'll have for your friends.
Okay.
Storge, unconditional, familial love. You love this person even if they're a fuck up. Like, I love you, which is why I'm not just gonna call the cops on you type shit.
So that would, okay, but see, I would say I have these people in my life that I feel that way about.
That's cool. You have Storge.
Okay.
Then you have agape, selfless, universal love. Like, I love these people. All that good stuff. Ludus, playful, flirtatious. Like, one of those, like, I love having fun with you type of things. Then you have pragma, committed, long-lasting love. That's the I didn't love you at first, but over time, with us dealing with each other for so much and being loyal to one another, it's like I've grown to love you.
Is that with a partner or with a friend?
It could be whatever type of relationship because a lot of times, some people's friends, they absolutely hate their guts, but it's like I can't see myself being friends with anybody else. Then you have.
See, I don't hate none of my friends' guts. Those type of friends I exited out of my life.
There you go. And then I know I'm gonna butcher this, but philadelphia, self-love. Basically, you have love for self.
Can you have one or more? Can you be one or more of them?
It's 7 different types. They can all be they can all be at the same time. It's just a lot of people confuse love with that whole they make my stomach feel and all that other good stuff. Like, no, a lot of times I hate when people refer to, they give me butterflies. That means you're nervous. If you actually have I guess you could say, solid feeling about a person, and quite honestly, anytime I so-called get butterflies, no, I'm just horny, bro. That's it. No, like let's keep it let's keep it a buck. Like you're just horny. That's it.
But yeah, okay, so I do feel like I'll love my person unconditionally to the point that even if we didn't work out or if we weren't together, like I'm still gonna love them.
And that's absolutely fine.
But yeah, I could definitely see how you can say like you really don't love someone unconditional because what if they got broke out of nowhere? But I'm not that type that if we started off on the right foot
Now
and
you see, I don't even mean to cut you off, but there's a point I have to that. Go ahead and finish.
okay, so what was I saying?
You were saying that if a person just ended up broke.
Okay, so yeah, me, I can say for myself, like, of course, right now, what I'm looking for is someone. Okay, I've been talking to a bunch of different people, so I'm gonna say what I really want. I want somebody that has money, but I don't want them for their money. Like, cause I'm gonna have my own money. I just don't.
Then you
I don't
would
want nobody
basically
broke.
say, okay, then you would say you want somebody who is responsible with their finances.
Okay, a man.
A mature person about their finances. Because a lot of times people can make a whole lot of money, but they're not responsible with it.
Yeah. Okay, so someone who's responsible with their finances. But say me and this, they have all the qualities I want, blah, 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 we get married, and 3 years down the line, something happens and they're in a financial bind. Am I going to leave them because of that? No. I'm going to help them get past it and I'm going to figure this out because I'm just like, come on, what are we doing? Let's get on it. Let me help you do this. Like, but then.
Now you see, there's
some
a
people.
time limit then. You have a time limit.
But it wouldn't be no
soon-
time limit because I'm going to make sure it happens.
It may not be concrete in your mind, but after a while, if they're not getting their shit together and it's been some months, you're going to be like, okay, are you really even trying? Because I know I'm not.
But that doesn't mean I stop loving them. I just can't be with them. But that doesn't mean my love stops.
Cool. That just means
I
it
can
went
still be
down
like,
a degree.
fuck, I why y'all calling? Because people that call themselves my friends don't pay attention to my lives.
Lord
My
have
friends
mercy.
watch my lives.
Lord have mercy. Isn't that blonde one?
Mhm.
No.
Why, you like her?
No. I just saw her. I was like,
What you think about her? You think she's pretty? Is she your type? I mean, she's a pretty girl, but she just might not be your type.
I have to meet her. If her personality is trash, hell no, she's not my type.
I don't think so. She's gonna remind you of. Okay.
That's one thing I can't stand. I don't like people with terrible.
Okay,
fucking
that one will
personality.
probably irritate you, just because she's the same sign as Illy. But she's not like Illy. Like Illy is an Illy, and she's in her own world. But she is the same sign as Illy.
Gouge
So
my own fucking eyes out. God damn.
what? Anyways,
Speaking candidly,
I never had any negative feelings about Illy. It was just one of those things where it's like, you make me feel like a disappointed older brother. Get your shit together.
But she was young. Like, how do you expect someone 21 to...
When I was 21, I had my shit together.
Not everybody's like that.
All right then. Fuck it. We're gonna go on a slippery slope. Not everybody.
Think about this. Illy done moved from a whole nother state here with a girlfriend she's no longer with, not really stable, and kind of just all over the place. And then I love Illy, but she in Illy's world.
I'm sorry, I live in this thing called reality. And in reality, we don't do that shit right here.
Well, I don't know. I still love Illy. I miss Tyra.
And that's fine.
I miss Tyra.
That's absolutely fine.
That's my Tyra.
That's absolutely fine. You can love who the hell you want to love.
What happened to Tyra? Y'all was supposed to date. What happened with that?
Tyra is lazy. Tyra didn't want to clean up just to go outside. When I say clean up, I mean her appearance. And quite honestly, I didn't care. And then the things that you told me about her is like, oh, it kind of turned me off. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. Yeah, you damn fucking right. Turned me the fuck off.
I was so fucked up. Okay. First off, I speak the truth.
I'm glad.
And I did say everything to her face as well.
I'm glad.
But I just feel like I feel like she was in a depressed funk, so she didn't give a fuck. Like, you're okay, well, since I'll probably never see her again.
God damn. All right.
I feel like, first off, you're smarter than this man that you're with. And you let him, because let's face it, I gave Tyra her first job, okay?
Okay.
So I've known her since she was a child.
God damn. All right.
And Tyra is very creative. And she would make outfits, funny, y'all both know so. She would like make custom outfits. She wanted to be a designer. She had so much ambition, but she picked the wrong types of men. Now, she ended up marrying this guy that can't, like you said, he can't provide for her. He was not ready to take on a wife, and yet he chose to. It's really weird that no one's in here because I'm wondering if I'm getting signal. Can you check it on YouTube? Because I'm not gonna lie, I always have people in the room. At least 2 or 3 is talking to me for the whole time.
Let me check.
Y'all making me
Send
feel
me the link.
lame.
Send me the link.
It's just Paisley Hayes on YouTube.
I did just subscribe to that page.
But she got with this man that couldn't provide for her. Then when I got back in touch with her, and because I put that I was looking for an assistant. Okay, so when I did that, I should have peeped the signs. Are you in the room? Okay, cool. I should have peeped the signs.
There's a whole delay in everything. It just showing me my phone.
Okay, cool. Because it's like she said wasn't nobody hiring. First off, people can't use that excuse because
there's too many places doing remote work, all that other good stuff.
Okay, so she said no one was hiring, but it was just perfect. She was really perfect for me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But she just, as doobies to dollar. Okay, first off, she should have stayed with Paisley Hayes.
Okay.
Not doobies to dollars.
Okay.
I get it. That's a cool little feeling, the vibe. We're going to the studio, but you could be there, but you should have stayed with Paisley Hayes because guess what? Paisley Hayes has money. Doobies to dollars ain't bringing in not $1. We still doobies. Years later, not bringing in $1, but. She decided she didn't want to help out with Paisley. So what happens with Paisley Hayes is OnlyFans. What happens with the cross promotion that was going on, all the work that she was doing.
She could have been doing a whole lot of talking.
That's not doing shit.
Gotcha.
Like, so now my OnlyFans is dropping, And I told her, if you want to switch to Doogie Styles, I'm not paying you. Like, I can only pay you if you do Paisley Hayes and stuff because Paisley Hayes brand brings in money. Doogie Styles wasn't bringing in nothing. So the
And
fact.
this brings in my argument. Some people want to be famous and not rich. They are two different fucking things. They're not synonymous.
So it's just like, I know, like, she had the whole. Doogie Styles is still gonna do what it needs to give. It's just right now we're on hiatus. But I guess she thought maybe the podcast would pick up faster, that we would get more money quicker.
It takes time.
It does take time, and I guess, I don't know. And then by the time I was like, well, do you want to come back to Paisley Hayes? She just wasn't feeling it no more.
I would like to say the real Achilles heel. It wasn't content, it wasn't guests. It was more along the lines of the lack of effort behind the scenes. Because if the cross promotion was working, even though it was just to our own followers, this, that, or whatever, I'm not gonna say because you had to tell, because a lot of times you have to manage what you promote.
Maybe that's why I'm not staying.
Because there wasn't a lot of consistent promotion.
I feel like everybody said they wanted these different jobs, but everybody want the job that they wasn't there to do.
Or they just...
And I feel like I could have handled the situations better. I feel like I should have went in with my same thought process like Whataburger, where I wasn't people's friends. So maybe you could take me more serious as a boss, a leader, or whatever.
The reason me and Rob's podcast work is because we're just partners and friends, just having a good conversation.
But okay, so who's doing the editing? Who's doing the promoting? Who's making
both.
sure shit gets up there? And how often are you doing it? Because let's face it, with Doogie Styles, we constantly having shit to
lost
post.
an editor because he was constantly going through stuff. I edit the stuff. Me and Rob both promote. We also schedule when we go live on Instagram. We also schedule when we go to the studio. All these things. We work around each other's work schedule. And then when it comes to guests, either he invites somebody on or I invite somebody on. A lot of times I'm the one inviting, and a lot of times we just collab together and create ideas because we're either talking about current topics or things that we feel that are important to talk about. We don't go for the whole, we don't do the strategy of damn near meeting up with every day, because a lot of the podcast is just our friendship being presented in a podcast format.
See, and that's not what I wanted. Or that's not even what I want now.
It's all good though.
Yeah, so I just feel like, and then I feel like I should have did better with just letting just anybody, like who all we had? You, Zoe, Otis and Nick, but Quita, Illy, Tyra. Am I missing somebody?
I'm just counting. It's a lot of fucking people.
So, and me. So, okay, first off, you brought me Quita? That was an epic fail.
Because she was already doing her own shit. And she
But why was she gonna come join mine?
Quite honestly, she was probably under the impression that we were already monetized, all that other good stuff.
But I told everybody we wasn't. Okay, so she was under that impression. We had a meeting.
I said
We did have a
It's
meeting.
been some time. I can't speak for everyone.
Okay, so
I was already good because I was like, this shit has to be built. It's Rome. It won't get done in a night. You gotta put some fucking elbow grease into it. Somebody gotta lose a hand, a finger.
So we know Tyra. Quita just. I personally feel like when you met Quita, because what y'all mean at that Peso event?
I believe so.
Okay. I feel like she saw an area of opportunity to come market her own photography stuff and just say, yeah, I'm hanging around doing salad. But people, like, let's face it, we was getting some really, really good guests. In my opinion, quickly. We were getting traction quickly. The city was like really starting to know us. And I think she noticed that and wanted to hop on the bandwagon, which I was fine with if she would have done it, but then she had a job, she could never commit to nothing. Then Nick only showed up to my house that one time. Nick is just an honorary dude to know. Okay, so Illy was a super fan.
She was just happy to be a part of the process.
Oh my gosh, she started watching the podcast like my first couple weeks. I don't even know how Illy found me. And then I said I'm looking for members, and she just showed up to the next and she never left. So she just kind of got it, and then my sister.
Was just happy to help out.
Yeah, she was just happy to help out, but she shouldn't have been part of the team either. That just didn't work, and all that, like, I can't, if we already had our little family drama and stuff, like, I can't really just have that going on in the business. So I love my sister to pieces, but we can never do business together because we worked together before. We tried this to be solid. It didn't work out. Obviously, it's not meant for us. Otis really just came in and stirred shit up. Well, I don't even know. Okay, who do you blame in that?
For the team falling apart?
No, for when Otis came in that whole Otis drama, like we literally had Otis drama.
Zoe introduced him to the mix, so all paths lead back to
Her? For even bringing him on?
absolutely.
But then he comes on and starts flirting with everybody.
I put it to you like this: whoever planted the seed, let the weed grow.
Okay, so who else we didn't talk about? I don't want girls on the team that like you can't get. I don't want nobody on the team that's starstruck and no one that's just gonna flirt because okay, so you remember the night where we went to do the DJ shows in Sunflower Vegas? Okay, so everybody messes DJ Chose. Tyra's the one that got the response back. And so we did the whole thing. That same night, Illy also gave her number to him. Actually, she showed him her titties. She showed, okay, so let me tell you. Maybe I need to title this shit something else. Why are people not coming in? It really hurt my feelings. Let me just start.